because I want my country back doesn't mean that I'm a racist or I'm far right. It means that I'm a British man that wants British people to come first, and that's just exactly what it is. It's Britain, you know. So
I'm here because I have two daughters. Having undocumented men coming from Spain, Germany, France into the UK is not what I consider safety for people. If they open the floodgates of prisons and let white, Chinese, black, pink men out, the country would be put on lockdown because it wouldn't be safe for people. So the same applies, that I don't understand how we can have so many undocumented, illegal men. Take away the women and children, they're fine, no issue with that whatsoever if they're coming from war-torn countries. But men coming from France, it's not safe.
Everybody's sailing a boat to English Channel. Why haven't I heard anybody on the desert to Saudi Arabia? You have the right to respect the British authority and the law here.
Let me speak.
You come here, you owe yourself a life here. You abide by the constitution of the law here. If you don't like it, go home. The life they can't live in their own country, they think they can come here and destroy people to live it here.
I want England to be a nation of Caucasian heritage people. Just like if I go to Saudi Arabia, I want to see Saudi Arabians. If I went to China, I want to see China. England's not in what, 10, 20 years time, is not going to be Anglo-Saxon Caucasian heritage anymore.
What would you do to stop the small boats?
I'd militarize it. I'd tell the military nobody lands on the beach. Get the military to stop it, and I'm sure they could.
How do you think they go about stopping it though?
No boat lands on the beach.
What are you going to do to stop them getting in the boats and landing on the beach?
So here's what we do. Number one, we say, if you come to this country, so this legislation will make it so that if you come to the country illegally, you will never be eligible for asylum. End of story, full stop. Number two, if you come to the country illegally, you won't be allowed to roam free. You won't be allowed to roam free. You will be detained and you will be deported back to the country from which you came. So to the degree that is happening, the reality is, why would somebody get onto a boat only to go straight into a detention facility and be deported? It would be insane.
Okay, we'll talk.
I want to address the thing about the burqa thing, because that was this whole completely fake narrative that was suddenly created. And I understand because it's a seductive narrative, but I actually was very quick to say, look, it isn't party policy or whatever, but my personal view, if you ask me my personal view, there should be a ban on face coverings in public, and that would include the burqa. That would include, the crazy Antifa thugs that bear down on people like you, at our events. And look, if you're in any doubt about that, if you're walking down the street, if you leave and you're walking down the street and there's someone with a face mask walking down the street towards you, what do? You cross the road. And I don't think that's fair. I also think it's insane. This is another thing that's happened. We're in a country now where the law basically only applies to people who are willing to obey the law. Right, so, for example, London is one of the CCTV. There is not a city in the world that per square foot is more surveilled by CCTV than London. But you can opt out of that surveillance, if you like, by just popping on a face mask, right? I don't see how that's fair. In fact, many of the people who are choosing to pop on that face mask are precisely the people who actually, those cameras are there to supposedly surveil. So, I was very clear about that. And look, on the burqa itself, many countries have banned it in public, and look, my humble opinion is that social contact, human-to-human social contact, that is the bedrock of any civil society, whether you like it or not, and I do like it, in a Western liberal democracy, is facial.
Hello guys, hearing these people with common grounds, it's satisfying. More British people should gather together to make their voice heard. Controlled immigration is a survival step that must be taken seriously. The British government is letting people take in the piece. Black patriot here, love and respect for Great Britain.